Okay, so I'm here with Oisin the Lion Daly. It's another fight week. I nearly thought I'd talk to you quite a bit before every one of your fights, I think. It's fight week. How you feeling? How's things going? And how are you looking forward to this fight? Because Evan from MMA Cork, I've watched myself. This is a very
Mm.
intriguing matchup. How are you feeling about the week in general and the matchup?
Feeling great, Dave. I'm feeling big, strong, fast, smart, just ready to rock. It's my fourth amateur fight now, and just four finishes. Come on, like,
And how does it feel? Obviously, you started your career like this, your amateur career. Even when you were a novice, I was watching you because I'd interviewed you at novice, and you were putting people to sleep. You were getting people out there really quick. How does it feel for that to have transferred into amateur as well? And it just hasn't really let up. It's just like what has you keep going like that? There's always seems to be a fire within you. You seem to be so dedicated. So there's just something different about you than someone else, people at your age, and your confidence is a real confidence, and you can feel it when you talk to you.
I think it's just as my life. Like that's I started when I was 11, so like I've always been in the gym. Whether say I go out and a party for a week or something like that, or on like December we'll go partying. Even when I just be in the gym the whole time. I'll come back if join like I'm always in the gym basically. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's just something I think a lot of people like don't do. They'll come in the gym 4 weeks before a fight, all this training now. And even young ones to think to train 3 weeks, oh, I'm ready for a fight. Daki took near about 5 years for me to get that first novice fight, and that's what you need to do. That's what a real fighter is now. It's just scrap in the gym, keep fighting until you're ready for a fight, and trust your coaches. Join when you're ready, you're ready.
And that shows a couple of things to me. Obviously, your maturity, and then obviously your mindset as well. Because the maturity, a lot of people after maybe a year would be like, "No, I should be ready for a fight now." But obviously, it shows maturity, respect, and mindset because you respected what the coaches want. Because 5 years is a long time to wait to get a fight. It's
Yeah,
quite
it
a long time
is.
to wait. And like, what made you wait like that? And what was your mindset? and and obviously it was the respect for your coaches. What like when you waited that long, did you ever question when am I going to get this fight, or did you just keep going until they said you're ready?
I every time I was training, when am I going to fight? When am I going to fight? And just it was probably because COVID as well. COVID kind of fucked it up a bit, but like I'm glad I take that because now like my mindset when I go in a fight is proper. It's not, oh, let's just fight. It's right. I have my techniques there, I have my skills there, game plan. I go in and know how to feel nerves, listen to my coaches in the corner. That's a lot of things that like there's different skills, not just your fighting skills. Listen to your corner. I put up a video there a couple of weeks back. Like your corner, you need to trust them because that's the people that are looking after you day in, day out. Do you get what I mean? And a lot of coaches, not a lot of coaches, a lot of fighters, they try listen to their corner, but they don't have a proper trust and loyal connection with them. Whereas, like with my team, I know I have that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that actually brings me to another point that someone had mentioned to me before. I want to say it was Shauna Bannon because she had said that she knew people who went from gym to gym to gym. And she said, whenever Paddy says a certain phrase or a certain thing, you know exactly what to do. Obviously, it'd be the same with yourself, Seb, Decky, etc.
Yeah,
Find that people who do gym hop and this and I don't mean it as a negative term because I think a lot of people can get out there and experience different gyms, but do you think because that bond is so tight, obviously with yourself and the boys, that if they say something, you know immediately what you have to do, or even when you get into a position, you know what has been drilled? Do you think obviously that just the how long you've been with them, the cohesion, that just makes it just so much easier. They know what to expect of you, and you know what to expect of them. You know what's next.
yeah. I think you need your main gym. It's as simple as that. Your main gym should be your family and your friends, and they're the people that want best for you, and they're not gonna like butter you up or like say do this, and it's not gonna be the right call. They're gonna tell you straight. If you're being a dickhead, they're gonna tell you you're being a dickhead. If you're doing good, they're gonna tell you you're being good. But like if you go to new gyms, they're just gonna be nice to you and they're gonna try keep you there. But not to say going to different gyms isn't good. I think there's time and place for that for different bodies, the different spars, different looks, different coaches as well. Like I went over to Team Renegade there after my first amateur debut, and I was lucky enough to get a private session with Dave Lavelle, and then also was training with a load of UFC fighters like Jai Herbert and Tom Breeze and stuff like that. And that was a really good experience for me. But like, I will always stay off Team Torres. Team Torres is my family, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like that, I talked recently to a couple of people, and I'm going to ask you the question as well. Decky McAleen, obviously, he's the showrunner, he's the fighter, he's a friend, he's a coach, he's whatever. What, like, everyone considers him the captain of the team. He's like, because he's the one who kind of, he's there, he's in Cage Warriors. How do you look at Decky McAleen, and obviously Seb then as well? But Decky is kind of, Decky's obviously, because he's still fighting at the minute. Do ye all look up to him because of the career he's having and the platform he's giving you with the show? What's your feelings on Decky?
He's just the man, like, you know, Decky was my first coach when I was younger, and like, he was the main man that was calling wait. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to wait 5 years. It was just wait an amount of time till you're ready. And like, other coaches will be like, oh yeah, you're ready. You go in there and get thumped ahead of you, and even if you win that, that's false confidence. Do you know what I mean? Decky waited, got my skill level up proper, and just takes care of me and makes sure I'm ready for a fight. I'm taking it seriously and just talking about life with Decky and all. It's just, he's just a good guy in general. You know what I mean? And Seb and Sean too. You know what I mean? Them boys do a lot for me as well. Like, the whole club, it just, we're together. Do you know what I mean? And we're look out for each other. If someone's fucking away off, we're just gonna tell them straight. Listen, you be here. Do you know what I mean?
You know, and that's good to keep people accountable for themselves, because
Yeah.
sometimes in gyms when fighters get to a stage, they can get a bit lax, and a lot of people won't tell them. Especially, you probably see it when, I don't, you probably haven't seen it that much, but when people get big and they become famous and they think they can do what they want, and no one tells them no, that's when their career starts to meander a bit. But obviously you've got the fight this weekend. Two fantastic fighters, like I said. You are obviously going to be looking for the finish, as you always do. How do you rate your opponent as the fighter? Because I've watched him a couple times and he's very good.
I think he's a very good match for me. He has a good record of 3-1. I'm 3-0. It's a good match. It's a good age. He's 20. I think he's 20. I'm turning 19 soon. It's gonna be an exciting match. You know, I'm going out there like always, the guns blazing, try to get a finish, whether it's first, second, or third, and coming for your head. Like, I'm sure he's going to see him. I think his style is going to be a good test for me, where maybe he does try to hold for a bit, or maybe he wants to strike. But whatever he wants to do, I'm going to be ready, and I'm going to go and just blast some stuff. You know.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. So obviously, if you go and you get the finish like you're predicting, what's next for you? Obviously, there's the lightweight title fight that's on there. That fight, we'll be keeping your eye on that fight.
Yeah, I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that fight. I think it's a very exciting matchup there, and a brilliant matchup of Alex Fagan and Jordan Scully. I think them two boys, it's just an exciting, good fight where on any given day, both of them can win. Do you know what I mean? Either way, I'm not focused on names right now. I'm just focused on honestly bodies. Whoever you put in the cage for me, I'm just going to fight. It's as simple as that. You know, whenever Decky wants me to go for that belt, I'll go and take it. But if it's not that for the next fight, then I'll just fight whoever. You know, that's just my mindset of fight anyone.
Yeah, and like that, obviously, you'll be, if you won, you were going to go 4-0, and I think obviously a title shot shouldn't be too far away. But I put a story up a while ago, right? And this fight was kind of put up. And obviously, I let people put in the question box what they want. And this fight came up, and I just thought this is an excellent fight. Yourself and Alex Show, both 3-0, both finishes, both kind of young rising stars. Is that a fight you'd like? Because I think that is probably one of the best kind of fights you can make out there in the weight class at the minute for the kind of rising stars of MMA.
Yeah, well, I think that's definitely a fight that needs to be made. You know, we're both stylistically, it's a brilliant fight because we're just going to push the pace and we're going to both look for finishes, whether it's jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or striking or whatever. I think it'd be brilliant to fight him. Yeah, whether it's on Cage Legacy or on your. But yeah, hopefully, if he wants to fight, he can fight me. Like, you know.
Yeah, so that's a fight I'd really like to see. I think that's an exciting fight because he's an exciting fighter. You're an exciting fighter. You both have tons of confidence, tons of skill. And like that, I think that would be, if that went together, it could be potentially one of the fights here. And I think it'd be a tough fight for both. And it might be the first time that maybe he's go to a decision as well. Obviously, that's not taken away this weekend. You could go to decision. I don't know, because it's a very, very tough fight. And obviously, we're not looking past your opponent for this weekend.
You're always lucky your opponent first. Yeah, and they get past
exactly.
this way, you know. He's not going to just lie down and let me win, like, you know. We're going in there to try kill each other, and it's as simple as that. It's whoever wants to win is going to take it, and I think my will's going to be a lot better than his. So, but I need to do that, you know.
Yeah, and one thing I find about you, obviously, I've introduced you since before when you were fighting novice and stuff like that. One thing that has struck me about you at such a young age, like I said, is your confidence and your mindset. Where does your mindset come from? Talk to me a little bit about that.
It's just from Daki, just like, you know, you're training hard and don't feel sorry for yourself. When you're sore, when you're tired, just keep going. It's as simple as that. Your body can always go more. It's your mind at the end of the day controls everything. Whether you're going for takedowns, whether you're going striking, whether you're lifting weights, whatever you're doing, your mind controls it all. So keep that head strong, whether, you know. And I think a big part of that is Daki's mindset, Seb's mindset, Sean's mindset. All them people help me, even my teammates. You know what I mean? Like, your mind controls everything. It's as simple as that. And if you don't have a strong mind, then you're not going to make it very far in this game, you know?
Yeah, no, and you do have a strong mindset, and I like that. Decky told me before, like that, just dog ignorance, hard work. And like I said, I was told that, what's it, your gym, that when you lose, you have 24 hours to have a sulk, and then after that, it's back to
Same
work.
with the win. It's the same with the win. If you win, then you're only allowed 24 hours to celebrate. It's just when that's over. That's you done. You can repost stuff and stuff like that, or like watch the fights, but don't let that get to your head. You get in there and train. You know, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And obviously, as a cadet and as a you've gone to the IMAS. Is the IMAS on the card for you again this year?
I think so, yeah. So they're putting in a new thing now where you need to fight in the Ulsters, then the All Irelands, and then the Worlds. I probably could have went to the Europeans or in November. When was the Europeans?
Europeans was only there recently.
March or April.
Yeah.
March or April. But I just decided to just leave that for a bit, let me get my experience up a wee bit more, and just train more and get my skill, focus on me instead of going on fighting Europeans. Because to be honest, I don't really care about the European Championship. You know, I want to be a world champion at the end of the day, and I think I go in here fighting Ulsters probably in Belfast, beat whoever's there, and then All Irelands, whoever's there, beat them, and then go Worlds. And I think the Worlds is in Uzbekistan, which is Russia. So I'd love to fight that, because the boy who won the first year of Abu Dhabi when I was fighting at lightweight, he was from Uzbekistan and he submitted everyone except for me. I brought him to a split decision. It was very, very close. But it'd be cool to fight his kind again, you know, get a bit of revenge. It's the full story.
Yeah, go for a circle and go around. And obviously, you've taken part in the IMAS before as well. And is that one of the benefits? Is you get to compete. Obviously, everyone has their own kind of style, but in the likes of Russia, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, I can't pronounce it, Ukraine, they all have like the really heavy wrestling. Is that what you want to get feel for? Because obviously, when you go into the pro ranks in years to come, and you go to the different organizations, you're gonna have these heavy wrestlers. Is that why you want to get that experience now before you go pro, so you don't feel what their strength is like when they're on you?
Yeah, well, as amateur, like my main focus is fighting every different style I can. So, like the first boy I fought, he was more of a Muay Thai style. The second boy, he was a boxer. Excuse me. The third boy, he was very experienced and he was strong. This fella, he's more of a cage wrestler. We're constantly building each fight to be different styles. You know, say I fought Alex Joe, that'd be a jiu-jitsu matchup. Say I fought one of the lightweight boys, you know, George Jordan, there's a jiu-jitsu matchup probably. And then Alex, there's a striking matchup. So we're constantly trying to find different fighters with different skills and test them against me, you know, and take style by style at a time.
Yeah, because like that, you need to see the different. Because like that, you can have two jiu-jitsu lads. One could be good on the back, one could be good on the arms. But so you need to get these different styles, because, like I said, when you go pro, you don't want anything to surprise you. And like that, you haven't lost yet. And I'm not saying obviously no one wants to lose, but if you're gonna get the loss is, it has to be within. Not has to be within your amateur career. but it's better to have it in your amateur career. You know the sort of way,
Yeah,
because
because the
it
amateur doesn't
identify
matter.
holes.
At the end of the day, pros all that matters. The UFC don't look at the amateur much. If they look at the amateur, it's not much. Like, you know, it's just to find out what shows you've been on. But like, if there's boys there could go 0-6 and go pro, and then what if they go undefeated? Who cares about their amateur career? They went what, fucking 15-0. Who cares? Fine.
Because Kieran Clark is probably the big example. I want to say he was 13 and
Perfect
10.
example. Yeah.
13 and 10, not far off a 50-50 record. What's he, 8-0 now?
He's brilliant. He's unreal. And that's because of the experience. He went to all the IMAFs he could. He went to all the shows he could. He fought everyone. And now when he goes in the cage, it's just a normal day for him. It's as simple as that. Like, that's what my coach said, talks about, is like, make it as normal as possible. Like, see all these, oh, it's a massive moment and all. Like, I think you need that side as well of, you know, you need a bit of motion and a bit of drive in the fights. But like, a good part of the fight is all about keeping it basic, keeping it normal, keeping basics are always there in fights. The all flashy stuff and all, they come and go. But if you know the ins and outs of a basic, then you're going to win most fights. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like that. A jab can take you around the world. Like, to know the sort of way, all these spin kicks and all, yeah, they're nice and flashy and they can come off. But if you do the basics, they're always going to work and they're always going to be effective. Whereas you can throw 10 spinning kicks, you could land one. Whereas if you throw that jab out all the time, you know if you're doing it properly, it's going to land. So I love your attitude. I love your mindset and I love everything. I'm going to let you go. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Is there anything you want to say before you go, or anyone you want to shout out before you go?
Just like to shout out my team, obviously, and Daki, Seb, Sean, Tomas, Sean McDermott, all them boys. Also my sponsors, R Kings, Massage Obnuri, Infinite Wellness, Round One,